Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Hollow Knight running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now this indie gem is currently running right now at 1080p with its full graphics settings, which are extremely limited. It's pretty much just turning down the quality of certain effects, and for the most part, none of them really do anything to affect the performance too much. You can either run the game or you can't for the most part. But in general, the game is absolutely gorgeous and it runs really well on this specific system. I remember actually taking a look at this game on the 1135 G7 from Intel back when I was actually testing that Tiger Lake system all the time. And while this game performed decently enough, it did actually have some pretty noticeable issues with 1% lows. And this really feels like a completely different world in terms of experience compared to the i5. This is able to give some fantastic levels of performance, and if you're using a high refresh rate display, you're going to be able to fully utilize it and get a incredibly smooth experience. Overall, it was an absolute joy to play this game on this system, and in general, I feel like most people will not be disappointed by this, especially because we're playing this and getting some really high frame rates at the stock 15 watt TDP. Now you can of course turn up the TDP and try to boost that FPS to the highest possible that you could squeeze out of this system, but honestly there's no reason to do it. The temperatures that we're reaching right now are absolutely perfect. The system is not making a lot of noise. The surface of the laptop isn't getting hot, and if we were on battery life, this would extend it by a significant margin than if we were at a 25 watt TDP or a 30 watt TDP. I'd almost be curious to see how this game would perform if we dropped the TDP all the way down to 8 watts. But in general, these are the exact type of games that I think are perfect to be played on these APU systems. Absolutely incredible and wonderful indie games that are made in a style that suits low-end systems. You don't necessarily have to be relegated to older titles as much as just titles that don't have an emphasis on maximum graphics but still manage to look incredible. So in general, this is one of my top recommendations for a game to actually play on here, because you're not going to lose out on anything in terms of the experience of the game. But anyways, I will catch you guys in the next one.